What is up, everyone? So the DLC is out and some new Pokemon have been released. I think for most types that didn't really change a lot. We didn't see a lot of new Pokemon, especially in the Nat decks, but I do think Grass got some huge buffs in the form of Ogerpon and Sinastia. We have Dripplin as well. I don't think Dripplin is necessarily that good for grass at the moment. Now, I haven't experimented with it too much. I just think its move pool is a little too limited. But we do have some very fun new Pokemon to use. And so with that out of the way, let's jump right into the team. And I'm actually doing something I've never done before. I'm not showing the team I've used in the video itself today, and let me explain why. The team I used was kind of a rush job. I just wanted to make a team and use it to try and record a video, but then I realized the team wasn't that good and there was some more optimization to be made. So I decided to go back and make a new team and kind of experiment with that, and this team has actually hit very high on the ladder. This is the team I kind of want to show off in the team preview today, but just one disclaimer, this is not the team you'll see in the video. The team you'll see in the video is quite similar to this one, just a few small tweaks made to make this team a bit more viable. So if you're looking to ladder monograss and want a good monograss team, this is the one in my opinion. And first off, we do have Ogerpon. So I'm a huge fan of Ogerpon. I think she's a great new addition to, as a Pokemon in general, I think it's a great design. But I think Rock Grass, despite being two of the worst types, mashed together, actually make quite a formidable type offensively. And let me explain why. On a grass team, of course, you have your grass coverage. You are weak to things like fire, flying, bug, ice. But the nice thing about that is all of those are actually weak to rock. So rock covers it quite nicely. And as well as that, grass hits things like ground and rock super effectively that rock types would otherwise not particularly enjoy. So just offensively, it's actually a really good typing. And this thing, I thought originally when I saw it leaked and I saw its stats and move pool, I was like, it's okay, it's not that impressive. But yeah, I was pretty wrong actually. This thing is very good. Stat-wise, we have max attack and max speed with a jolly nature. So 110 speed is really solid. 350 is kind of the baseline speed, which I would consider good. So this speed ties to things like Latias and Latios, and anything slower than that, this thing will outspeed, which is very solid. Now, most importantly, it outspeeds Volcarona, naturally. It doesn't outspeed after a +1 Quiver Dance, but there's ways around that, and let me explain that. And then its base 120 attack is decent. It's not amazing, but it's pretty decent. 220 attack is pretty good, and 339 attack is... It's only okay unboosted because unfortunately we are stuck holding the Cornerstone Mask. The Cornerstone Mask... it will change you to a rock type and change your Ivy Cudgel to a rock type too. It also has 1.2 times power attacks. Now, I'm not 100% sure if that's only in terrestrialization or that's in general. If it's in general, that's kind of fantastic because this is like a semi-life orb with no recoil and it changes your type to rock, which is a really nice typing to have. So ability-wise, we are forced into Sturdy, but that's okay. Sturdy is actually really solid on a grass team. So this is kind of a Focus Sash, semi-life orb, and a rock type change in one item, which is really solid. So moveset-wise, we have Swords Dance, which increases our otherwise mediocre attack. I mean, again, 339 is okay. It's powered up by Cornerstone Mask, which is nice. So this thing can be actually very strong quite fast. We have Trailblaze, which is kind of a weak stab move, but it guarantees increases our speed. And after one Trailblaze, this thing is actually very reasonably fast and will outspeed the majority of Choice Scarf users in the tier. Next up, we have Ivy Cudgel. So Ivy Cudgel is a 100 base grass move with a high critical hit ratio, but the type also depends on the user's form. In this case, we're Cornerstone form. So Ivy Cudgel is actually a 100 base rock move with 100% accuracy and high critical hit ratio. This is essentially just better Stone Edge in every way. It also doesn't make contact as well, so you don't have to worry about Rocky Helmet or Static or Flame Body or anything like that. And of course, a rock type Ivy Cudgel coming off a stab Cornerstone Mask boosted. Ogerpon is going to OHKO a lot of flying types, fire types, ice types, bug types, you name it. This thing can absolutely tear through them. And thanks to Sturdy, you can typically live a hit and revenge KO. So you can swap in easily on a Volcarona. If it fiery dances, it doesn't kill you. You're going to outspeed it and KO it. If it quiver dances and a bug buzzes you, you live thanks to Sturdy, you Ivy Cudgel it and it KOs anyway. So it is a fantastic answer to a lot of bug types and fire types. And finally, we have Superpower, just so this thing isn't completely walled out by steel types. Things like Heatran and Ferrothorn will often want to swap in this scene. Okay, it's grass and rock. I can easily swap in this. Suddenly they take a super effective superpower and they often go down, especially after a Swords Dance. So the next new Pokemon is Sinastia. I think that's how you pronounce its name. It's an interesting Pokemon. I went through a lot of set ideas, and I'm still not 100% convinced this is the best Sinastia set, but it's the one I want to try all the same. So we are max HP, max defense with a bold nature. This thing makes it respectably bulky on the defense side, and its special defense is a little bit meek, but it has okay HP to back it up. However, we do have leftovers for longevity, and our ability heat proof is very good because it actually makes us neutrally hit from fire types, which is quite important because obviously the team's going to be quite weak to fire. So moveset wise, we have Calm Mind. Calm Mind is there to patch up our poor special defense, and honestly, very respectable special attack. 121 uninvested with 278 is not bad. So after a few Calm Minds, this thing gets quite strong and quite specially defensive, and has plenty of options for longevity. We have leftovers for passive longevity. We have Strength Sap to try and dissuade physical attackers coming in on us, especially because we are quite physically bulky, so we will get a lot of HP back. We have Scald, which is of course, knowing to explain, a fantastic move. 30% chance to burn is kind of insane, and as well as that, it's just water coverage, which is quite nice for the team for fire types and other types that would otherwise resist your grass moves. And finally, we have Matcha Gacha. In theory, I think this move is fantastic. Now, unfortunately, it's 90% accurate, which lets it down a little bit. However, the other side is it's fantastic. A 20% chance to burn. Not quite as good as Scald, but still there all the same, which is quite good. But it also recovers half the damage dealt. So, especially against ground types or rock types, water types, this thing can absolutely sweep through those types, because if they do any damage at all, I can usually recover it all back thanks to Matcha Gacha, which is quite good. I actually just realized here, this should be like 1 point in HP lower so you don't die to like too many Stealth Rocks or Spike stacks. Next up, we have Meowscarada, a pretty classic Meowscarada. It's Choice Scarf with Protean. It's important because mainly we have Play Rough for dragons, which can give the team a lot of trouble, but Choice Scarf from Meowscarada is quite good against them. It's also extremely fast at base 1, 2, 3, outspeeding a lot of Choice Scarfers in the tier, and a lot of boosted speed users in the tier as well. Its attack is okay at base 110, like 319 is okay, unboosted by anything further, but we have Protean, so we're going to change our type to get stab on all our attacks whenever we click them, which is quite good. U-turn is there to scout attacks or to gain momentum, so we can kind of come in, U-turn, and kind of try to gain momentum that way. We have Play Rough as a hit for dragons, and Dark types is pretty good too, fighting types as well, especially Komodo, which is obviously a huge threat to the team. We do outspeed it after a +1 thanks to our Choice Scarf. Flower Trick is 70 base, always critical hits. It's not the strongest move in the game, but it's quite nice to break through things that want to try like Stockpile or maybe Iron Defense in your face. To break through those, Flower Trick is quite good. It's also just very reliable stab. And finally, we have Knockoff, which is good team support, a reliable stab, and actually quite strong as well, because it's going to be 1.5 times his power and stab thanks to its dark typing, and thanks to Protean. Now again, I'll always say this in all my videos, in Not decks, just be careful, because Knockoff isn't as strong as it is in other tiers, because there is Z Crystals and Mega Stones as well. Next up, we have Life Orb Breloom with max attack and max speed adamant nature. Now, if you really want to outspeed things like Aegis Slash Guaranteed or some sets of Heatran, you can go Jolly Nature. Personally, I like adamant. It makes this thing hit like a truck. It's very, very, very strong. With base 130 attack, adamant, we're hitting 394 attack. Boosted further by Life Orb is kind of insanely strong, and again boosted further by Swords Dance as well. If you want to get greedy and get one of those up, you can absolutely sweep through the opponent's team. So we have Technician, which is going to boost the power of 1.5 times of all our moves actually. So Mach Punch is going to be 60 base but 4 stab, which is very strong. It is also priority after a Life Orb and Swords Dance boost. They can sweep through most like rocks, steel, normal, anything ice, anything weak to fighting team is going to go down pretty nicely to a Mach Punch sweep. We also have Bullet Seed, which is a bit unreliable, but it's 37.5 base per hit, so even after 2 hits, it's over 70 base, which is quite good. It goes through things like sashes and sturdy substitutes, things like that, because it hits multiple times. You can also hit up to 5 times, being extremely, extremely powerful, and with stab, it can hit really, really hard, especially with Life Orb. And finally, we have Bulldoze. So Bulldoze is kind of like a semi-Earthquake. It's only base 90, as opposed to Earthquake's base 100. However, it's not weakened by our grassy terrain, which we don't have on this team. But sometimes we'll fight grassy terrain users, and Earthquake will be weakened. So in general, I would try avoid using Earthquake on a grass team. As well as that, it guarantees lowers my opponent's speed. So if I want to predict something, maybe they're weak to grass, I bulldoze them, lower their speed, and suddenly my Breloom is faster and they can revenge or KO then after with Bullet Seed and Mach Punch as well, but that's priority, so it's not that much more important to get the speed drop. So Bulldoze, slightly weaker than Earthquake, but this thing doesn't even learn Earthquake, I don't think. So it's still very strong. Hits Poison type super effectively, which is very important because Poison would otherwise kind of give my team a lot of trouble. Next up we have Ferrothorn. It's kind of a typical defensive Ferrothorn. I'm running max Spadef, max HP with a calm nature because we do have Iron Defense to boost this thing's defense. I think naturally it has very good defense in the first place. Also, Iron Defense Body Press works nicely as an offensive option. Now, do bear in mind it's completely walled out by Ghosts, but that's why we have things like Meowscarada and to an extent Sinastria as well, but be careful with this as it is Ghost typing as well. So Body Press, Iron Defense is pretty good on the offensive side as well as defensive side. We have Stealth Rocks because Stealth Rocks are fantastic on grass, much for the same reason we want Ogerpon Cornerstone is because Rock is super effective on a lot of things that grass absolutely hates. And finally we have Leech Seed leftovers for longevity. We also have Iron Barbs, which is kind of our only move. We can use Anticipation too, but I don't think you should ever use Anticipation while Iron Barbs exists. It's a pretty fantastic way to punish physical attackers, especially because this thing is especially defensive. It can wall out a decent amount of special attacks, and physical attackers might want to come in and try hit it, and they will be punished in doing so thanks to Iron Barbs. And finally we have Mega Venusaur. Mega Venusaur is kind of our main fire and ice answer thanks to Thick Fast. Now it's going to be max HP, max special attack with a modest nature, just because I feel like my team doesn't have very many hard-hitting special attackers besides Sinastria, but you need a few Calm Minds for it to be considered hard-hitting, so I want something to absolutely break through walls. 1/2/2 special attack is pretty good, especially invested at 377 is quite nice, and we do have Stab, Sludge Bomb to abuse with that. We also have Hidden Power Fire for steel types, things like Ferrothorn or even Caesar, which can give my team a lot of bit of trouble. We have Earth Power then for steel and poison types, again giving my team trouble. Bear in mind Venusaur is also part poison, so it will absorb toxic spikes because we do not have any kind of hazard removal on the team. It's kind of annoying. You can run Rapid Spin, you'll see that in the video with Toadstool, but it just didn't put in work in my opinion. And finally we have Synthesis for longevity. I forgot to mention Thick Fast, the reason why this is an answer to ice and fire. Just bear in mind when you're choosing an ability before Mega Evolving, I would always say to choose Chlorophyll, because on the off chance you're fighting a Sun team, you are going to double in speed, which isn't amazing, but it's enough to outspeed things like Charizard. You can potentially revenge kill it with Sludge Bomb or Earth Power against things like Torkoal, so make sure you're always Chlorophyll before you Mega Evolve on Venusaur. So with that out of the way, let me know what you think about the new Pokemon introduced in the generation, or introduced in the DLC, especially for grass, so Ogerpon, Sinastria, and Apple something. I forgot his name already. Personally, Ogerpon's my favorite. I think it's a fantastically cute design. I love the mask idea, changing forms, and I've always wanted a good rock grass Pokemon. I'm sorry, Cordeli, I don't think you count. So the games you're about to see are not going to be this team. However, if you plan on using this grass team, use this one I have linked below in the Pokepaste because it's a lot better than what you'll see in the video. Okay, so we have our first game against Mono Fire, which is a fun one to start off against grass to see if this is actually in any way useful additions to the team. I'm going to open up a Toadstool in case they want to open up a Torkoal, just because I really do not want them having Rocks down in this game. I'm going to Spore here. I guess this is okay, because we can go to Venu here and try Mega Evolve. They go into Blisef. I'm going to try and Seed here. I mean, Flamethrower does a decent bit, but I'm going to recover a nice chunk too. Especially if I Protect here. Protect also wears out their Sun turns, which I really appreciate. Arcanine? I'll Scout. I don't want to eat a Flare Blitz in the sun, but I guess I have to. I'm pretty sure that crit mattered. That sucks for me. I can go Breloom and click Mach Punch, but that invites in Blacephalon for free. Oh, that crit really, really hurts, because I think I need to keep this healthy. Yeah, I need to keep this healthy. This dies. You don't die, but I'm pretty sure you just go into Blisef for free here. And there's realistically nothing I can do. Yeah, I should have bulldozed that turn. I was too afraid to. Sinatcha, if that's how you pronounce his name, sucks in this game. I'm faster than Meowscarada at least, so I can knock here. They go Torkoal. That's fine. Maybe this is my chance to set Ogre-Pon. So if I Trailblaze once, I'm now faster than the Blacephalon. They stay asleep, and Ivy Cudgel has to KO. Nice. That's pretty good for me, actually. You die, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty... yeah, well, especially if you don't Mega Evolve, you definitely lose. I don't think this dies. But if I SD, it does. Ah, that miss is so big for me. That miss is amazing. Because now there's nothing on the team that takes this. I outspeed Blacephalon. I guess Cinderace could be Choice Scarf, but it's most likely not. And even if it is, Meowscarada outspeeds it. And we still have Breloom healthy. That miss is big. Though, to be fair, the crit earlier was big too. The Flame Blitz crit on Venusaur was big. I was starting to like this thing, actually. When I saw Grass Rock, I was thinking, okay, this thing has potential because it's a really good offensive typing. Well, for the respective monotypes, but I wasn't too sure. Its move pool is maybe a tiny bit lacking, and the fact it can't hold an item is unfortunate, but Sturdy is actually really good on grass, all the same. So my opponent disconnected, and we're going to assume this is a loss here. I don't like... oh, no, they came back. I don't like Sinastcha so far. Even testing, I didn't find like realistically a single use for it, but most of my testing was against Fire and Bug, which in itself it's very bad against anyway. Will Ivy Cudgel here? Yeah, I figured they'd Super Sucker Punch, but that shouldn't matter. This KOs. You can Extreme Speed, but I do resist you. And I outspeed you, and this KOs. And you can't be Sash. Nice. I'm really happy with the performance. Now, of course, the miss was big there. Even still, I feel like I could have easily clutched the rest of the game with Meowscarada and Breloom. If only I Bulldoze in that turn. I knew the play was they go into Blacephalon, but I second guess myself a lot when it comes to risks like that. Are they planning on doing anything? I mean, I'm pretty sure, yeah, I guarantee win this anyway, so... I wonder if I'll like Dripplin more than Sinastcha. But Dripplin's move pool sucks. I think maybe when it evolves, it can hold Eviolite, so similar to like Stantler, pretty weird here. It could still hold. So it's a hard call. Yeah. They're just not coming back. Let's load up another game here. So our next fight is against Monoground. This one is in theory a lot more winnable, but it could be kind of scary too. I mean, just Landorus alone is a pretty big threat to my team. Now, I do value not having rocks up a lot because I think Trailblaze Swords Dance is pretty nice here. Actually, Sinastcha is pretty good. I don't know. They could close combat here, I guess. Oh, no, I'm Ghost type, not Dark type, sorry. In which case, I'm pretty happy to Scald. Try and burn this. Would be ideal. I'm kind of thinking I want Boots Toadscruel. I'm considering changing to Boots Toadscruel. I will admit I threw this team together kind of fast just because I wanted to try the new Pokemon. Are you Water Absorb? Okay, that's good to know. They might toxic me here, so let's go into Venusaur. Now, granted, Venusaur can't do much against this team at all. But even Seed Spam and Seed Protect Spam is pretty good. Actually, Flower took me off guard. It goes crazy in the end game. It's Recover. I'm going to try and get my spikes up. Just going to try and get some spikes here. I'm not going to bother sporing you. I don't think you're a threat to the team. Ah, Toxic's annoying though. Either way, we can block any spin attempts as well. With Sinastcha. Which I guess in its own right has some usage. Okay, you do wall me out here. I'm going to try Spore you just because I do think I live one. And you being asleep is pretty big for my team. Maybe I set up Ogerpon after this. Actually, Trailblaze isn't that good because Garchomp's Rough Skin will give me recoil. Okay. I'm very happy I slept this. What's my answer though? I guess Breloom. As long as it doesn't wake up turn 1. Nice. Nice. Now I definitely keep this healthy for Excadrill. I don't think Great Tusk has anything against my Sinastcha. Hippowdon comes out. It might want a Toxic here or just try and get up Sand. I'll just Bullet Seed. If I connect 4 times, I think it kills. Even 3 times. Nice. Now Garchomp is still a threat. Exca comes in. Huge mistake here. About to eat a Mach Punch. And that's probably the biggest threat to my team taken care of. Garchomp, I guess, you know, in theory this is a threat too. Especially because it's Mega. It could be Scale Shot, and Scale Shot's bad news for me. So what we're going to do here is go into Sinastcha. Try Iron Defense once. I actually don't know if this is the play. Okay, that's doing so little. This thing is weirdly bulky. We're going to Strength Slap you. Now they're probably just going to go into Clodsire here. So we're going to Foul Play for a tiny bit of chip. Okay. Toxic. I want all my spikes down, and now I can start Earth Power spamming. I wish this thing had anything else besides Mycelium Might. Oh, Protect. Okay. I mean, this is going to be an annoying mon, but realistically, I don't think it beats me. I'm not worried. I kind of, like, entirely walled out with Venusaur. And with the Recover nerf, they're taking about 25% every time they swap out. What do you do? I'm just going to go back into Sinastcha here. Block any spin attempts. Headlong Rush. Does nothing. I'm not worried about it. We're going to click Foul Play here. Pretty strong. You know what? Maybe I was too harsh on this thing. Maybe this thing's actually okay. 4 hits is annoying. Yeah. This thing's actually a pretty good wall. I'm really on the fence if I like it or not. Alright, here's another really tough matchup. It's Mono Steel. This is one that I'm not too confident about. Caesar is insanely good, so is Heatran. I guess Sinastcha, I will never get that name right, isn't bad in this game. They open up Heatran. I'm going to Earth Power you immediately. Okay. They go Pharaoh. That's fine, because I can get my spikes up here. I actually value spikes quite a lot in this game. That's doing a lot. That's doing way more than I wanted to do. Let's go Venu. I actually have no form of recovery against this. So we're going to seed here. Okay. I'm kind of hoping they go Heatron there. Honestly, they're playing very well. Really? The miss is annoying. Protect. I think Toadscruel dies here, honestly. Yeah, and I get like completely walled out by this thing. Especially if there's roll for a burn here. There's a world where Breloom outspeeds Goldengo, but it's unlikely. Let's go Hedron. Toadscruel, sorry. Yeah, we die. Ogerpon can superpower. Not great here. I guess I have to go U. And click Bulldoze. And they went Skarmory. Very good play. Insanely good play. With Whirlwind, I'm pretty sure I just lose. I mean, I can knock this, but... Ogerpon Fire is good against this matchup. But I feel like Ogerpon Fire is my least favorite one I want to use. You die to spikes. I can go Sinastcha, I guess. Maybe if I, like, Scald Burn it. 26 is not great. This thing is bulky, though. Now, the burn sucks for me. I can Strength Sap. The Ferrothorn, maybe? Goldengo comes in. This thing's a threat. I'll sack my Venusaur. See what it wants to do. Okay, it's Recover. That's really bad for me. I can go Meowscarada. They're just going to go into like Skarmory or Ferrothorn here and win. Or Caesar even too. Yeah, it's Mega Caesar. I guess realistically, the only world where this can go in any way in my favor is if my Breloom outspeeds their Goldengo. Which isn't impossible. No, I just lose. GG. Okay, we have some Mono Dark. Traditionally, not the toughest matchup, but not the easiest one either. I'm kind of not a fan of Toadscruel. I just want Spike support with Rapid Spin support on the team for Ogerpon, but I don't know if it's at all worth it. Now, Sinastcha is no good in this game. I guess I'll open up Toadscruel because I can still Spikes against Sableye thanks to my Cilia Might. Yeah. From DLC. I can try Spikes early. They don't really have an answer. They seem to be more of a magic bounce prevention as opposed to have any way to remove my hazards. So Spikes into... Actually, Breloom goes insane here because Mach Punch kills all these and Bullet Punch kills Sableye, especially at +2 or if I can Spore it, which again I can do thanks to my Cilia Might. So that's pretty good. I guess in this specific matchup, I do appreciate having my Cilia Might over another ability. You know what? It's actually kind of crazy to me that Rillaboom got nerfed as well. Well, not directly, but Grassy Glide got nerfed to 55 base, which is a huge nerf. Now, I think it's completely justified. I think it was kind of a silly move. I'll go Venusaur here. I honestly just value my Toadscruel too much. Toxic Spikes is annoying. Okay. Getting any kind of chip on you is good. Ultimately, I'm fine with this. And don't particularly fear you. It's doing okay damage. Let's protect here. They're not going to expect that. And now I sack something. Realistically, it's an Astra. It's useless in this game. Huh? It didn't even die. I will always forget just how bulky this thing is. So we go U. I'm actually going to just hidden power fire here. I was kind of hoping they'd expect me to want to protect and Swords Dance on that turn. This is turning out pretty bad for me, actually. No, I'm not too worried about Sableye. Because honestly, Meowscarada is pretty good in the endgame. Xinglu comes out. I'm going to go ahead and Bullet Seed you. It does a decent chunk, and 4 hits does KO. 2 hits, unfortunate. I'll Bullet Seed again. Now there's a part of me that wants to... Mach Punch you. Okay, the Water Shuriken. It might not KO. No, it KOs. Damn. And after Ice Beam. Really bad for me. I am faster, actually. Which is nice. Nice. So I have to keep this alive for Play Rough, I think. If they go Roaring Moon, they go Meowscarada, they're potentially looking to get Toxic Spikes up here. I guess we can sack Ogerpon. Okay. Well, you can't set up in my face. Because I honestly do too much to you. Now, unfortunately, I'm relying on Play Rough hitting. And it's just not reliable. I could U-turn here, actually. No, because then they just go to their Meowscarada. Huh. Yeah, I knew it would miss. I knew it always misses. I mean, we live, which is nice. But I took a lot of unnecessary damage. I think Play Rough KOs you. Oh, no, doesn't. And they knock me. That's probably game. Comes down to a speed type potentially here. But if they Play Rough, they U-turn here, right? Into a bug type, so I'll Play Rough. Keep my fairy type in. No, they're grass. So they're immune. Well played. If they went any other type, I think I could have spored them. And potentially won. Because Earth Power would be doing twice that. 36 and 3 hits. It's unlikely I would have won. And I don't know if the miss really mattered that much. It's kind of annoying just because I knew it would miss. I just felt like it would miss. Okay, so we have some mono fairy here. Threats on their team. Azumarill, it can actually be a bit of a threat. Now, I do think Meowscarada is fantastic against them, actually. I'm going to open up a Toedscruel here. They open up Deontay. I don't care. I can still actually Spike or Spore in your face. Mystical Fire won't KO. Moonblast won't KO. Diamond Storm, no. Earth Power, no. So I should live like everything they throw my way. They rock, that's fine. Let's spin here. Now this is a threat. Mainly because I don't know what it does. And I don't like that. I'm gonna go Venusaur here. Yeah, I was kind of worried they'd be Calm Mind or something. This misses so much, it's actually so annoying. I'm guessing they're unaware, not Magic Guard. Let's find out. Stored power is very annoying. Oh, okay, the Magic Guard. That's good to know. I guess I sack my Venusaur here. I didn't have to sack. Okay, they're soft-boiled. Is there Moonblast? Stored power. That's a good combination. I'm just going to try and spike up. I think Breloom into Meowscarada can KO this on the physical side. If not, I can set up Swords Dance, Ogerpon. Oh, you're faster than me? You're max speed. Interesting. That's actually very good information, because now I know my Breloom is actually slower. So we'll go Ogerpon, SD into IV Cudgel. Should KO, I think. Yeah, it should do, right? Plus 200 base stab. Pretty strong. So we guarantee live, and now we click IV Cudgel. It lives. That's bulkier than I thought. It's fine, we can be Meowscarada here, click Flower Trick. I think Flower Trick is kind of my entire end game here. Let's go you. Yeah, I thought they might defog here. I'll Scald. That's Iron Defense. This thing is pretty specially bulky. So I'm not too worried about things like Azumarill or Iron Valiant if it's a physical variant. Tapu Lele, I'm a little scared of. I'm not gonna lie. I could click Shadow Ball, honestly. If it does, I go Meowscarada. Moonblast. Not doing too much. We're gonna try Strength Sap a small bit of HP back here. That's actually a decent view, decent bit. I'll sack Venusaur here. That Clefable was super scary. But I think Meowscarada comes in and gets a KO now after this. And as long as I keep this healthy, I think it's pretty good against Iron Valiant and Azumarill. Yeah, I sack Venusaur, right? To Moonblast. Huh. I'll protect once here just to kind of wear away their screen's turns and their psychic terrain turns. I mean, the tiny bit of chip is nice too, but it realistically wasn't the reason I did it. Yeah, we come Meowscarada. Click Flower Trick. This should go down. If not, yikes. I don't care about your screens at all. I'm just gonna click Flower Trick. Again, unless you're bulky the skills. Even if you set up a Reflect, I don't care. Because I think Sinastcha kind of walls out these three. I keep forgetting Sinastcha has heat proof as well. It's kind of the main thing that drew me to using this on the team. Okay, you live. They Volt Switch. Presumably into Valiant here. I'm going to go Breloom. They might like All Out Pummeling. They Fire Punch. That's fine because I go Sinastcha and Strength Up. I take half from Fire Punch. Spirit Break is their best move, for sure. But I get a decent bit of HP back, and I'm going to actually Iron Defense here. Let me potentially wall out a lot of their team. Deontay. This is the thing I actually was worried the most about. Now, Skullburn would be nice. Of course, it has to wake up first, but it's probably going to Mega Evolve soon. 29's not terrible. Ugh. The special attack drops really suck here for me. Actually, do I just lose? No, I'm faster than Quark Drive Valiant. So it all depends if Flower Trick KOs Quark Drive Valiant. I'm not sure if it does. I feel like it doesn't. Those special attack drops were annoying. I mean, I don't think I would have KO'd otherwise. Ah, GG. Very well played. Obviously, Spirit Break guarantees, but the Moonblast special attack drop with Scald have KO'd. I'm not sure. Yeah, it would have, right? 23, then 26. Had 22 HP left. Yeah. I think it would have killed it against special attack drop, which is kind of unfortunate, but hey, that's just the game. Alrighty, so we have a game against Mono Psychic here. It's actually a very cool team. It's a bunch of mythical Pokemon. It does mean my Meowscarada goes kind of crazy here. Sinastcha isn't necessarily bad. I think it's actually pretty good against Victini. So I'm going to keep that in the back pocket. I'm going to open up here with my Toedscruel and try and just get some spikes down as early as possible. What? Why did that come out? Why did that just happen? I mean, it's an interesting set, but why did it have to crit? Really? Okay. I guess I'll try set up Ogerpon. Because still, they... What? Okay. Okay, we have an opposing Mono Grass. They do have their own Ogerpon and Sinastcha, though theirs is Ogerpon Water, which is actually pretty good for me here. Now, their Ferrothorn is going to wall me out pretty nasty, so I have to bear that in mind. I'm going to open up here a Toedscruel. Try and get as many early spikes as possible, because unfortunately my Spore is useless. I'm going to spike, spike, spike. They're also trying to spike, spike, spike. But I'm going to spin yours away. I'm just going to undo all your hard work. Thank you very much. I guess I don't need Ogerpon to be sturdy in this game. I'm going to go with Venusaur here. Because I want to rapid spin away later. It's actually going to be kind of a tough game. No, I have Ferrothorn, so I have a Breloom and they don't, which is very good for me. They also don't seem to have any option to remove my hazards, which I like. I'm going to HP Fire here. I'm not sure, actually. Do I have any answer to their Venusaur? Maybe Ivy Cudgel, maybe Bulldoze. They're both kind of a stretch, I'm not going to lie. They're both, like, not amazing in this matchup. Okay. %30 is honestly a lot, and I'm going to Sludge Bomb here. I don't think there's a lot they can do against me. Now, I don't know this thing's move pool off the top of my heart. I like off the top of my head, but or off by heart. I got those two phrases mixed up. But I don't think there's anything. Yeah, there's 20. Nothing. I guess their own Venusaur is kind of a threat. This thing's kind of annoying. I am presumably faster with Toedscruel actually, so I'm okay to sack this. We're just kind of throwing weak moves at each other. Okay. This is very valuable information that I speed tie. It means my Toadstool actually does outspeed. I'm okay to sack this. I'm okay. Yeah, this can go. They synth here, whatever. Please outspeed. Nice. Bit of chip. Crit there is pretty good. Because we can rapid spin here. I do go down to a Sludge Bomb, I think. I think Ogre Pawn's the play. And I Swords Dance. If they go into Ferrothorn, I superpower it, it goes down. If they stay in, and they synth, Ivy Cudgel should do a lot. And I don't think it makes contact. Nope. So I don't have to worry about Ferrothorn's Iron Barbs. Nice, no poison. That's good for me. I mean, even in this position, I'm not too scared. That actually did a lot. And the reason I'm not too scared is I still have Breloom. And Breloom's really good. Now, obviously, that's going to take a harsh bit of recoil. You know what? There is a world where Whimsicott's scary for me. What do you do? I don't know, but I'm going to go into Sinastria. They're running out of synthesis on Venusaur, which is nice. Play Rough does what Play Rough does and misses. I guess I'll just go for a Scald Burn. Not necessarily the best play, but I also don't know what else I want to do with this. Now, they could try Defog away my hard-earned hazards. I kind of want to go to Meowth Grinder to try and block it, but if they Moonblast, it's such a throw. But it looks so cool if I block it. Yeah, I'm going to go for it. Ooh, nice. So we U-turn here on the Moonblast. Or do I just Play Rough straight out? I think I Play Rough straight out. No, it means they can't actually get their Defog up next turn. I kind of want to knock as well. No, if I knock, I remain Dark type. And their Moonblast KOs me. Come on, connect. Nice. So that's the main reason I wanted Rocks up, or Spikes up, is for that thing. I don't know what you do. I have no clue what you do, and that scares me. It's Calm Mind. Okay. Let's just foul play you a few times. They go into this. They probably want to knock me, but honestly, I live easily. And I strength that back to full. Okay, the U-turn. You're just giving me free Spikes chip on you. It is Boots Whimsicott. I'll Scald here. Nice. Okay. Now I definitely don't care if I keep my Spikes up or not. I'm gonna foul play. I mean, strength up makes sense here. 17 is actually so bad. Wow. Is this thing low-key a threat? The answer is yes, potentially. So we go U. If I Ivy Cudgel, they just... I don't know, actually. If I do that, they just strength up me, right? So I guess I SD here. I got a knock. They might live. They do live. They strengths up. Uh-oh. Is this suddenly really bad for me? Maybe they're not max speed. That's like all I can hope for here. But even still, what do I do? Nothing. Matcha Gotcha is honestly a very funny name. I have to give Game Freak that. Okay, I am faster than you. They try Scald Burn me. That does a lot, actually. I think I have to SD one more time. On the Strength Sap. I'm gonna get greedy. I'm gonna get super greedy. And just see if Bullet Seed kills here. No, I don't think it does. Oh, come on. 3 times, 3 times, 3 times. Really? Okay, but it might put it in range of this. Of knock here. They go Whimsicott. Good play. Nice play. I think I go into this and just start scalding. Yeah. Whatever. I just lose, right? They have no reason not to Strength Sap here. Like over and over again. Because there's nothing I can do against it. Yeah, they just Strength Sap forever. I can Flower Trick. I mean, it's not going to do enough, right? 19 is so bad. Yeah, they played well there. It's funny that this thing's a threat. Yeah, Matcha Gotcha is doing too much. I can miss, I mean, but even still, yeah, no, I lose. I think I have to crit knockoff, and even at that, I don't think it kills. Not with Lefty's gone. I think I like this set more than mine. Yeah, I think I like that set more than mine. We knock here, it doesn't kill. I have to crit. I guess if they get greedy, there's a world where I win, right? See crit here, crit again, crit again, crit again, crit again. Nope. No, GG. I had to get 2 crits in a row. It's the only way I won. So, I guess I'll load up one more. Okay. So we have some mono fighting. Komodo, huge threat. Huge, massive threat. Meowscrot is pretty good here. Fun. Ogerpon, kinda useless, unfortunately. Sinastria could be good. I guess I'll open up Toadskrull. I'm just gonna go ahead and mute. How do I mute here? Battle options? Yeah, let's just go ahead and ignore the opponent and just play the game. I think I live one. I'm gonna try Spore you here. Okay, it didn't sleep me, that's nice. I'm gonna go for 1 spike just to break sashes and sturdies and stuff. With Earth Power here. I'm kind of afraid you just Clangor Soul Blaze and there's nothing I can do. And the crit too. I don't think crit mattered too much. I mean, maybe it did actually. I'm not sure. Okay. The fact Sneezer's asleep is good for me. Now this thing is kind of a threat. I'm gonna go to Venusaur here. Earthquake. Why did you do Earthquake? I guess it's neutrally effective. Knowing my luck, I'm just waiting for a freeze here. We're gonna Sludge Bomb. Venusaur's pretty nice in this game. I actually think Ogerpon can do some work. If I get up like one Swords Dance, then suddenly even just Trailblaze and Superpower would put in a decent bit of work against like Valiant and Gallade. Breloom is a decent endgame. And Sinastro is actually very good here. Definitely wouldn't sleep on that. You Vest? Based on the damage, I think you're Vest. I'm going to Protect once here. Get some health back. I feel like Protect Mega Venusaur is like, that's such a Gen 6 thing to do. I remember in a Gen 6 tournament playing against Mono Poison. I think it was versus Mono Water. And it came down to the very last attack. And this just kind of pinnacle Gen 6. The Gyarados bounce. And the whole chat was like, it's over. Mega Venusaur's going to die to a +1 or a +2, whatever it was, bounce. And I had it seeded. And everyone thought like, okay, you know, as long as it connects, I lose. And then in the very last turn of the entire tournament, I revealed Protect on Mega Venusaur. And I protected the bounce, and just the chat went insane. It looked like, you know, one of those crazy Twitch chats where everyone's just going mental. Like, why is he using Protect Venusaur? What is this? You know, I'm 3,000 years ahead of the meta. It was very funny. One of my finest Pokemon moments. Then conversely, one of my least fine Pokemon moments was in a FPL League a few years ago. Very easy game. Could have just clicked Ice Shard and Weavile and won. But I decided to click Triple Axle instead. It connected once. Missed a second time, and I ended up losing because of that. It was such a stupid throw. And again, it could have won the entire tournament, but I mean, my team ended up winning eventually. I just threw my late game in the last round. But I suppose that is Pokemon in a nutshell. I'm not going to Sludge Bomb you. Yep, you're gone. Gallade comes in. You're a threat, actually. You are a threat. Okay. Okay, great, cool. I love when it misses. I love when Leech Seed hits over here instead of over here. See, it's secretly my technique to actually sack my Venusaur, then go into my Meowscarada. Then I click Play Rough and it hits here. And then they click Triple Axle and I lose the game. That was secretly my plan all along. Okay, nice. It actually connects. So I outspeed you. You go down. All I have to do is not lose to this, which is, I feel like, easier said than done. I'm going to Iron Defense once, just to make sure I live most things that aren't crits. I'm going to Strength Up here as well. If it's SD, it's kind of bad. Or if it just Dire Claws me and puts me to sleep, it's pretty bad too. Yeah, it's SD. That's kind of bad. Don't sleep. Nice. You would maybe I'd like Rocky Helmet more on this. I've considered it. Come on, Burn. Work with me here. I think it's fine. Even if I do sleep, I still do have Pokemon. Nice. Okay. I'm not going to lie. Luck was definitely on my side right here. They slept me too late. Because I think Ogerpon just lives anywhere that's sturdy. We're going to go ahead and sap you. If this got Body Press over Foul Play, I actually think this thing would have a usage. 2 sleeps in a row is very funny. I mean, it's not enough. They could crit me. That doesn't matter. I guess if they crit me, I go into Ogerpon, they sleep me with Dire Claw. No, even still, I think their burn turns wear them out too soon. So, yeah. GG, I guess. So, that was going to be it for Mono Grass. Again, just wanted to try the new Pokemon. Is it good? No, I would realistically say it's not. I think Sinastria could be better. That other grass game I played against the Matcha Gotcha one with Scald and Calm Mind, I think that's probably the way you should play it. My one's a bit gimmicky. I thought maybe it would work against like more physically offensive types, but I don't think so. Also, Toad's Cruel like really, really, really sucked in this game for some reason. It just did not put like any work in. I thought like rapid spin support would be nice, but it was kind of only important for Bug or Fire, which granted are tough matchups. And I do think Ogerpon's actually pretty good against those specific matchups like Bug and Fire. If you want to run the Rock version, I think the Water version could have usage too. Now, personally, I kind of like Rock more. Rock Grass is just good offensively as a typing. So yeah, that's going to be it from the team. Let me know in the comments down below what your favorite new grass type is. Personally, I really like Ogerpon. I just think it's a really cute new Pokemon. Probably usurps Toadstool is my favorite grass Pokemon this generation. Either way, catch you next time. Look forward to more.